Have you ever felt that subtle, unexplainable pull, like there was something bigger out there waiting for you? Maybe as a child, you caught yourself daydreaming about worlds no one else seemed to notice. It was as if a hidden part of your soul was already whispering that you weren't here by accident. Some say this feeling is only imagination, but there's a powerful truth beneath it. Certain souls arrive with a higher calling. If you always sensed an invisible force guiding your steps, it might mean you were chosen from the start. Let's uncover these signs and see how they shaped your path. Even in the earliest moments of childhood, you noticed that you didn't quite fit in. While friends played and laughed without a care, your mind raced with questions about life, purpose, and destiny. This constant wonder made the simplest moments feel strangely deep. You sometimes felt both curious and out of place at the same time, as if the world wasn't fully ready for your perspective. And yet, in that quiet sense of detachment, there was a gentle spark telling you there was more to come. The feeling of not belonging wasn't painful all the time. At times it felt liberating, like you had a secret only you understood. You sensed energies in the room, noticed details that others missed, and found yourself on the outside looking in. While your peers focused on what was right in front of them, you were drawn to hidden meanings beneath the surface. Still, you wondered if there were others out there who saw things the way you did. When gatherings got loud or superficial, you found solace in observing rather than participating. This wasn't shyness, it was instinct. Something inside you knew there was an invisible layer to reality, and that's where you felt most at home. It was a silent bond with the unknown, an inner compass pointing to places that regular conversations never reached. This subtle detachment made you question everything. Why are we here? What lies beyond what we see? And why do most people seem so content with the obvious? These thoughts were seeds planted in your mind early on, waiting for the right moment to bloom. With each passing year, that sense of otherness became less, lonely and more like a clue leading you forward. Because of this, you never truly felt alone. Even in solitude, there was a presence, a soft reminder that your journey was unique. It whispered that your differences were gifts, not burdens. And if you ever doubted yourself, that quiet voice gently nudged you to keep going, hinting that new discoveries were waiting just beyond the horizon. If you've been chosen from the start, emotional currents likely ran through you with an unmatched depth. From an early age, you noticed subtle shifts in others' moods, feeling their joys and sorrows as if they were your own. This wasn't mere empathy. It was an unspoken bond that let you tap into the very core of what people experienced. Sometimes it felt overwhelming, but it also expanded your heart in ways few could understand. Tears or laughter came quickly, not because you were fragile, but because you were finely tuned. Your inner radar picked up on energies that most people glossed over. It wasn't unusual for you to sense the truth behind someone's words, catching emotions they tried to hide. While some might label this as oversensitivity, deep down, you knew it was a spiritual awareness blossoming inside you. This heightened perception often led you to care for others, even before they confessed their needs. You found yourself supporting friends, comforting family, and offering words of encouragement that seemed to come from a wellspring of ancient wisdom. In these moments, you discovered that your empathy wasn't just a trait, it was a beacon that guided those around you. However, being so open to the world also meant carrying its burdens. When negative energies swirled, you felt them like a physical weight on your shoulders. Busy spaces or tense environments could drain you rapidly, leaving a craving for quiet retreats. You learned early on that shielding your energy was essential for self-preservation. Over time, you realized this emotional wisdom was no accident. It acted like a key, unlocking deeper layers of understanding about life, relationships, and purpose. And with each new revelation, you sensed there was an even more mysterious realm waiting to be explored. As a child, your mind was never confined to the here and now. Ordinary moments sparked daydreams so vivid, they felt like alternate realities. While others fixated on toys or cartoons, you were busy creating entire universes in your head. This wasn't just kid stuff. It was a profound ability to perceive possibilities beyond the physical world. Nighttime dreams became gateways to uncharted lands. Sometimes they were so real, you woke up questioning which side of the pillow held the true reality. Faces you'd never seen appeared with crystal clarity, whispering messages that lingered well into the day. It was as if your subconscious had a hotline to dimensions unseen, offering glimpses of wisdom you couldn't fully grasp yet. These flights of fancy weren't limited to sleep. At any moment, your imagination could spark, painting colors and scenes that others would consider impossible. Teachers might have called it daydreaming, but deep down you knew you were tapping into something powerful. Creativity flowed through you like a river, bringing new insights to the surface. This creative spark often set you apart in group settings. While others repeated the same patterns, you dreamt up fresh ideas that challenged the norm. Sometimes, you felt misunderstood, but you also sensed a rare magic in those visions. They hinted that you were aligning with a purpose, something the ordinary mind couldn't quite comprehend. With time, these vivid imaginings turned into silent affirmations that you were more than meets the eye. Each dream, each spark of creativity became another puzzle piece in the grand design of your life. And as the pieces fell into place, you started to see that reality itself wasn't as fixed as most people believed. For the chosen, life is sprinkled with moments that defy logic. Strange coincidences, unexplained noises, or fleeting glimpses of lights in the corner of your eye. All of these left you wondering if the veil between worlds was thinner than you were told. Each occurrence felt like a little nudge, reminding you that there's more out there than meets the eye. Maybe you sensed presences in empty rooms, or felt a ripple in the air when no one else noticed. You might have awakened at odd hours, convinced you heard a voice calling your name. These events could be unsettling, but a small part of you recognized them as signals that your senses were tuned to a higher frequency. Sometimes you brushed them off as random, but they persisted. You saw patterns in numbers, felt chills when you walked into certain places, and experienced déjà vu like you'd lived, as seen before. It was as if reality itself was trying to get your attention, urging you to open your eyes and trust your intuition. While others scoffed at your stories, you learned to hold them close, like sacred secrets. Over time, these mysterious encounters began to form a cosmic breadcrumb trail, leading you toward deeper awareness. Oddly, the more you acknowledged them, the more they showed up, fueling your curiosity about what lay beyond the physical plane. Eventually, it became clear that these occurrences weren't accidents. They were your wake-up calls, pushing you to accept that your journey wasn't ordinary. And just as you started to embrace this truth, life offered another clue, challenges that tested your spirit in ways no one saw coming. Life didn't wait until you were older to throw challenges your way. Even in your earliest years, struggles appeared that felt heavy for someone so young. While other kids focused on playground drama, you wrestled with deeper wounds, losses, or insecurities. It was as if fate had chosen you to walk a tougher path right from the start. These trials weren't just bad luck. On a soul level, they sculpted your character, teaching resilience where most found defeat. You might have felt alone, but in that solitude, you tapped into a hidden strength. Each hardship was a lesson in disguise, molding your spirit to withstand the storms that lay ahead. Painful episodes often led to profound questions. Why me? Why now? Why so hard? But each time you asked, the universe answered with silent wisdom. It pushed you to grow faster than your peers, granting you an emotional depth that few your age could match. While you watched others cruise through childhood, you developed empathy for those who struggled. Your own battles taught you that pain can become fuel for compassion. In a sense, you became a beacon for those who needed understanding, even as you silently battled your own wars. These challenges never truly stopped you. Instead, they acted like stepping stones on a larger journey. And as you continued to rise, above each hurdle you discovered a calming force in the world that never judged, never abandoned, and always offered comfort. Nature has always felt like a second home, an open sanctuary where you could breathe, think, and just be. From a young age, you seemed to connect with trees, streams, and stones on a level beyond simple appreciation. It was as if you spoke a shared language of silent understanding with all living things around you. Animals in particular gravitated toward you, sensing a kindred spirit who respected their presence. You noticed details others missed, subtle behaviors, shifting moods, or hidden messages in their eyes. While many just saw pets, you saw gentle souls communicating through energy and emotion. This bond with the natural world offered a refuge from life's chaos. When things felt heavy, you retreated to the quiet corners of a garden or a nearby park, letting the earth's heartbeat calm your racing thoughts. In those moments, you remembered you were part of a larger ecosystem, a grand design that spanned far beyond human constructs. Observing wildlife taught you about instinct, harmony, and authenticity. There were no masks, no deceptions, just raw existence in its purest form. This inspired you to be more genuine, to trust your instincts, and to find balance in your own journey. Each gentle breeze and chirping bird reminded you that life flows in cycles, hinting that your path, too, would continue to unfold in perfect timing. And while you embraced this profound connection, there was another pulse within you, whispering of a grand mission you hadn't yet fully discovered. All those quiet hints, the dreams, the challenges, the uncanny experiences, they led to one persistent feeling. You are here for something more. Maybe you've always sensed it in those random moments of clarity. A gentle nudge, a soft inner voice repeating, "You have a role to play." Even without a clear map, that feeling has never left you. When life gets routine or dull, it stirs within you like a faint drumbeat, reminding you there's a bigger picture. You might not see the whole path yet, but you can't deny the call. It's a resonance in your chest, urging you to keep searching, keep evolving. Sometimes you wonder if you're imagining it all, but life keeps throwing signs your way. Synchronicities appear, people cross your path with the right words at the right time, and you sense that invisible strings are pulling you toward a destiny. You may stumble, but you never truly lose hope. This relentless pull often sets you apart from those content with surface-level existence. They might label you a dreamer, but deep down you sense you're a traveler on a sacred mission. Each day becomes another step in unveiling who you really are and why you felt so different all along. And now, standing on the brink of clarity, you face the ultimate question. What do you do with this calling? How do you transform inner whispers into tangible impact? Because as you're about to see, accepting your role as one of the chosen is only the beginning. Your journey wasn't random. Each sign you've experienced, the sense of not fitting in, the heightened sensitivity, the uncanny dreams, the trials, and your unbreakable bond with nature, was leading you toward this revelation. Life has been teaching you, grooming you, and gently nudging you to accept a calling that was set in motion long before you realized it. Once you recognize these signs as pieces of your soul's puzzle, you step into a new reality. You begin to see that there's a grand design in motion, and you play a key part in it. The real magic happens when you shift from simply noticing the signs to actively following them, trusting that the same force that awakened you will guide you toward your true purpose. So the question remains, will you answer the call? Because once you do, there's no turning back. You were chosen from the start. Now it's your turn to choose yourself and watch as the universe opens doors you never knew existed.